Hi, I'm Wanda with Jimmy Branch Homestead, and today is day 1 of week 4 of the annual Every Bit Counts Challenge, and I am canning green beans. Well, it has been a long final week of August and the Every Bit Counts Challenge. Lots of food put up this week, so I started and ended the week canning green beans. Then put up another bag of okra. Then elderberry syrup. Then these are actually elderberries frozen in a tray for future freeze drying, which I have more of these still to put up. Then we had okra dill pickles. And sweet relish. So this is my first batch of sweet relish that I have put up this year. I'm hoping to still get at least one more batch. But our cucumbers did not do as well this year as they have in the past. So, well, it looks like I'm going to have 4 pint and a halves and 1 pint. Not quite as much as the last batch, but the beans are just starting to really go, so hopefully there'll be many more, because like I said before, we were completely out of green beans on the pantry shelf. If you'd like to see a complete video on how to can green beans, please go back to my canning playlist. We're going to get these in the canner. Well, it is week 4, day 2 of the Every Bit Counts Challenge, and I am again harvesting okra from the garden and need to get these prepared to go in the freezer. And another bag of okra for the freezer. Okay, today is day 3 of the Every Bit Counts Challenge, and I have, looks like 5 pints of okra here. I just washed it. You don't completely cut off the stem, leave just a tiny bit of it, and then cut off the blossom end, just a little bit of it. And then you want to tightly pack them in jars. I do have a full canning video from scratch. Today I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use the Mrs. Wage's kosher dill pickles mix. So that makes it super easy. You don't have to worry about having fresh or freeze-dried or anything dill. So I'm just going to mix this up in the pot and pour it over these, and we're going to get them in the canner. 3 1/3 cups of vinegar and 7 1/3 cups of water. And I'm just mixing in the mix. It smells really good. It smells like dill. and it has the garlic already in it. You can get kosher or you can get regular dill in the Mrs. Wages. We're just going to bring this to a boil. In the meantime, I'm going to get water in the canner to heat. For crisper pickles, I put 1/8 teaspoon of pickle crisp in each pint jar. Okay, my solution is starting to boil, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the burner off. I'm going to have a lot of extra brine. Once it cools, I will put it in the refrigerator in a sealed container, and it will keep for a week or two. Then I can make another batch. Those out of the canner and they can cool off and seal. Okay, next on my list is bell peppers. So I'm going to get these washed up and cleaned up and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm just cleaning the bell peppers, cutting them into pieces that will fit into my little dicer here. And then I'm going to dice them up. So I just love this tool. It saves me so much time. So I'm going to continue on. Okay, well this is the tub that I had harvested full. And I did that over a week ago. So unfortunately, some of them were not on the great side anymore and I threw them out. But of good ones, I've come up with 2 full trays. And I'm going to stick these in the freezer. These are my freeze dryer trays. So I'm either going to freeze dry them or I may decide to put them in Ziploc bags with a little bit of onion so that I can just grab them out of the freezer and use them in like omelets. So that is my projects for today. Making elderberry syrup is one of the great herbal remedies of all time and very easy to make. So I've rewashed my berries a couple times. So I have 4 cups of elderberries. Elderberries for the freezer. And so these are my freeze drying trays, and so I like to stack them up and get them ready in the freezer, so that when I have a whole batch ready, then I can go ahead and stick them in the freeze dryer. So these are elderberries that I have picked and cleaned, and I'm getting ready to put them in the trays here. See if I can do this without getting them all over. You want to make sure you pick out any green or red ones. Those are not ripe and are toxic. If you've ever purchased freeze-dried elderberries, you know they're very expensive. And I have been very blessed with a neighbor who's let me come and pick many for my own use. I have some plants that are just starting, but they will not be producing for a few years yet. So I'm very thankful that I can get them from her, and we kind of share things back and forth in the meantime. Occasionally there's a little stem that sneaks in, a little tiny stem like that. I try to get those out, but it's about impossible to get them all out. And that way I'll have these for making things like cough syrup and immunity syrup later on. Okay, well that got me one tray. So into the freezer we go with it. Okay, it is the next day, and I have picked beans from the garden along with ones I picked yesterday. And so we have a pretty good amount here. We're going to get these washed up and canned today. Okay, so we are going to get the green beans in the big pot. I'm not sure if you can see that even. Okay, that's better. Going to fill it with water to be a couple inches higher than the green beans so that we'll have plenty when we're packing it in the jars. I have the canner heating and I'm just waiting for the green beans to boil here as they have in the past. So that wraps up our month of Every Bit Counts challenge. If you're enjoying this type of video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share our videos on your social media. It's the best way you can help our channel to grow. Thank you so much for watching Jimmy Branch Homestead. Take care and God bless.